Hello guys, my name is Julia and welcome to my channel. Here I speak about astrology, feminine and masculine, inner power and the balance between all of these energies. And today we are going to speak about the sun in the 5th house and the karmas, which are connected to such placement. And so let's start from the karmas. What is it, karma? From Sanskrit, it's the translation of it, it's action. So it's like what we were doing and putting our energy into in the past lives in that directions. So we were kind of putting seeds in this field. Let's say we were interested in some artistic stuff, or we were doing some sports, or we were creating different relationships with different people. And so while we are investing our energy into those processes, we are putting karmic seeds into these areas. And so when we have the sun in the 5th house, and actually all the planets in our charts, they show that what kind of different things we were doing in past lives and what kind of seeds we put there and what kind of plants we can grow in this incarnation. And so the sun in the 5th house, it means that we were investing our energy connected to sun into the areas of the 5th house. So what do we know about sun? Sun is our self-expression. This is the way we shine. This is the way we show ourselves to the world. This is how we make ourselves seen. And this is what we actually recognized for. This is like an awareness of who we really are, of our essence, of our being, and how we can take care about others, because sun energy is connected to the mature masculine energy. And the way we give care, the way we give some protection or take responsibility for something. So those also the sun energy. So when we have such energy in the 5th house, it means the way we were shining and expressing ourselves and the way we were caring like a father in the past life, those were the field connected to the 5th house, which is connected to all the types of creativity and also children, because children, like we create children. And so all forms of creativity connected to like choosing our own path, because creative path is always when we are not afraid to choose our own opinion. So sun energy shows in the 5th house that person likes to be creative, so person likes to go their own way in different things. Because 5th house also connected to knowledge and intellect, so person really likes to get knowledge and interested in different things which can help go your own way. And so, for example, if you're an entrepreneur and having sun in the 5th house, it's a wonderful position, because you have the ability to learn new skills, like to learn different things and to apply it as a creative approach into different things. So it doesn't have to be exactly art. Creativity means is that when you running your business, let's say, you are making some kind of very unique ideas which is not going the way like it's usually people were doing. And so it's ability to try. It's like kind of playing the game of try like this or like that. So this is a creativity when person is not afraid to try new stuff. And also this house is connected to children. So this childish energy is absolutely in the person's self-expression. Person likes to have fun. Person likes to live having fun, like enjoying life in a kind of, so you may think that in some ways this person does not look mature or something, but this is because person enjoys to understand life and express self, having this childish vibe of having fun. And that's why actually it also expands creativity, and that's why also person is open to new knowledge, because there is no arrogance about the fact that I already know everything. And so the person is kind of enjoying life and getting different things from it, like for example through knowledge. Also the speculative games is here. It's again, this is a game, because person has money, so they're curious to try like this, to try like that, buy this and sell this more. You know, all of this kind of gaming it's connected to intellectual gaming. And so again, being creative about it. What about children? Of course, person can have masculine energy in this field, so it shows that it's a possibility to have the first child boy, but it also can show that the person can have very strong and opinionated child with who the person can have some kind of ego issues, because what is sun? Sun is maturity. Sun is like, I know, I'm dependent on inner self, I'm independent, and I know what I'm doing. And I want to do it my way. If I do it mistake, like if I do even a mistake, I want to do this mistake because this is how I learn. So this is strong sun energy. And so the person may be like this, and also the child can be like this. And when the child wants to do their own way, the person with fifth house sun, it depends, of course, from the quality of this sun. Because it can be afflicted or it can be really strong in a very strong sign or in debilitation. So especially in debilitation, there is an issue with the child that parent, so the person who has fifth house sun, is not able to build the right relationship in the form of being the authority figure. The child, for example, can have very spoiled childhood because parents giving lots of presents, always allow everything. So the child is raised in this lack of strong authority figure person. So the child can disrespect parent. So if we see it in debilitation, Sun in Libra will show here that person has ego issues with the child because they are sacrificing their own ego because they try to be in this diplomatic relationship with the child, and so it can become unbalanced in some way because children always they always challenge us. They always feel the weak points of the person, especially of the parent, and they know how to push more and more into that places. So the point here is to remain the authority figure for a child, take care about the child's needs, not dominate over child to validate your own ego and to feel like you are strong next to someone weak, because this will make the distance between you and child more. But if you are taking care about the child needs, hear them. So your sun energy takes care about the child's moon, about the emotions. So the child has different emotions, different needs, and you understand that, you react on that, but in the same moment you are strong and strict in the rules which you have, for example, at home. Also, when we want to understand the quality of our own sun energy, it's connected to our father figure. So the way we communicate and the way we connect, the way our father understands us, and the relationship which we build with the father, this is the way we understand, and this is how we connect to our sun energy, like literally how we connect to this energy. And then in the future it will be seen through authority figures, like people we work on, like bosses at the workplace, so people who are in these positions. So the way we were building this relationship with father, the same will be seen in that relationship. But the quality of the sun energy is connected to the father's health and the father's condition, and the way father is respected, heard, seen in the society. Of course, if father is alive. If father is not alive anymore, it means your sun energy already went through some transformation cycle. So you were born with some energies and your father dies, for example. So this is a period when energetically your sun energy went through transformation. Sometimes it's by good things, sometimes by bad things. And so when father goes from your life, it means that sun energy went through a cycle of transformation. Another thing what we have to remember about the sun in the fifth house is that fifth house also connected to fame and recognition. It's also the house which is connected to Leo energy in the natural horoscope. When you count, the Leo sign is a fifth sign, the same as fifth house. It's kind of have similar vibes. And it's also the fire trichon. And first, fifth, and ninth house are very, very auspicious places to have sun into. And so when sun energy into such position like fifth house or fifth sign Leo, it can show that person actually has very dramatic self-expression. Person has also very dramatic self-love relationships, and the person also loves self to that extent that on the energy level it builds first from kind of being important and interesting for self, because person does not take everything so importantly. Person takes a lot of things easily by fifth house childish vibes. And so eventually person on the physical level, so first we have this on the energy level, and then on the material level it can become like the recognition from another people. With such position, person can become an influencer in some way. So it of course depends on the quality and the strength of the sun. And if sun is afflicted somehow, it's very important to, for example, when you wear gold, or when you are doing different yoga practices connected to balancing your sun energy, like sun salutations, it's very important to respect people, like in general, respect self, respect people. So behave with respect, not because they deserve or don't deserve, but behave with respect to them because you are the person who understands what it is respect. This is your form of expressing self. So the more you respect yourselves, the more you respect others, the more you will be respected by other people and recognized. And when you are building a relationship with people on the mature masculine level of energy, and you are being respectful and responsible for the things you do, for the things you take care. Let's say you have some project you're running, or maybe you have some position at your career place, and so you are being responsible and respectful for everything what has to be done there. And so through this, the person is able to build healthy and very important connections with another people, because the sun from the fifth house is aspecting 11th house. 11th house is about different groups of people, like society in general, because fifth house is more individualistic, and the same as Leo, it's about strong individual. But 11th house and 11th sign Aquarius, they're both about society. It's about like big groups. And so the stronger the sun and the more balanced it is in fifth house, the more it has connection and influence in the society in 11th house. Of course, you can see in the beginning right now the way you are building a relationship with people, with friends, like how many friends you have. Do they love you? Do they respect you? Or they behave not okay? So maybe it's an option to change your circle. So because maybe those people do not respect you enough, and so by allowing this and putting them on the first place, you're hurting your sun. But when you stop doing that and putting yourself on the first place and take care about your stuff, and maybe if you have different skills, you can go into different artistic field to express yourself from the stage, to be seen. So your 11th house also will be changed. It will, this circle of people who are around you, they will be different. And so it's like not a point to hate anyone who behaves somehow, maybe you don't like the way they behave to you, but people actually mirroring what's going on inside of us. As the more recognition and respect you have in the world and in the society, the more you are seen, the more influence you are giving, it gives like the more strong, it shows the more strong energy goes in your sun in the fifth house. Another interesting thing about this position is connected to flirt and relationships. It's like the fifth house is this kind of first stage of the relationships, because seventh house is like long term, but fifth house is about this flirt and kind of this romance vibe. And so people with fifth house sun, they enjoy being in different dates or flirting. They enjoy communicating with people in such ways. So possibly in the past lives, person was involved, for example, in some artistic field or some place where there were a lot of people who had a lot of, vibes. So they like to shine, communicate, like to share their energy. So it doesn't mean it has to go sexual, but it can be just to share this energy of kind of look at me, I'm awesome, and look at you, you're awesome too, and let's shine together. So it's about enjoying life and expressing self through in this romance part, and people truly need it. And for example, if your partner has fifth house sun, this person will always think about how to make another date interesting way, or how to look more beautiful on that date, or it's very important to keep it alive. So this flirt between two people, because fifth house sun, this is the way person shines. This is the way person knows how to express self. And if the person is in a long-term relationship, person still needs that recognition. Person still wants to have this interesting interaction with another people. And so if it still remains in a relationship, it just can make it stronger. Otherwise, person will do it somewhere outside the relationship just to feel this kind of validation, because sun is ego. We have to remember it. And whatever we do according to the sun position in the chart, we are helping ourselves to feel our ego. And ego is not bad thing. It's actually the ability to put boundaries and understanding that this is me, this is my needs, this is how I feel, this is what's important for me. And if it's not getting along with what another person is offering or saying or doing, so this is a moment when your strong ego says, I don't need it. And so because when person destroys ego, it means person destroys boundaries. And I don't think that fifth house sun can have really problems with that, because usually it's only affliction, like for example Saturn affliction or Ketu, Rahu influence, or debilitation. Those things can influence sun. But in general, this is a strong position because this is a fire tricon, and person is able to kind of show and express their fire. They're not afraid to be themselves, they're not afraid to express themselves. And it's just, remember, for you it's important to, if you have this position, kind of interact with the world, have fun, be involved in getting different knowledge, and maybe it's also drama or any artistic or kind of theater type of things. Also any connection to creativity, and of course person can be involved into any activities connected to children. So of course maybe the person has childish vibes, so person understands children. So person can work, for example, in different summer camps. This is having a lot of fun and leading in some way for these children. So this is how person gets in tune to who they really are. And so the self-expression goes naturally and easy, because person with sun in the fifth house may have struggle to express self to the adults because they have this childish vibe. It doesn't mean they are childish or immature. It just means that they like to kind of take it easy, to kind of have fun, to make some different jokes. They like it. And in people in the world where people with Saturnian vibe, you know, very strong with all of these youths and talking about this strong, like serious stuff, person with such sun placement can feel, it's a little bit different vibe. And so with children, it's kind of more fun and more easy to express self. Okay, this is it, and this is the link for my website, and if you're curious to have your own consultation, you can contact me and we'll talk about personally your sun and all of the placements you have, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.